typing when the show kicked in. It erased everything I was writing.
Oh, that's not good.
Motherfuckers.
Guess what?
What?
Y'all live.
That's what's up,
Oh, what's
man.
up?
What's up?
Everybody,
up?
welcome back again to another episode of the Daily Smoke
Absolutely.
Live on this Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Today's the 14th of December.
Yes. Yes.
Much love for your support. Thank y'all for being here. Don't forget to hit that like
Like
button and share our content with everyone and everybody you know. Bring them here, and bring your own butts here.
Exactly.
See you here. Come chill with us. Make sure you wear a jacket because it's getting cold.
Exactly, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
We ain't burning up and shit.
Yeah,
like
man.
In the summertime.
I'm trying to hit, man. It's crazy weather, man. It's like it's hot and it's cold. It's hot, it's cold.
Had tornadoes in certain places.
Oh my God, I'm scared of tornadoes, man.
In Louisiana, they had a few tornadoes.
But they had in Dallas in Louisiana, man.
They had a tornado yesterday that went through some areas like north of Dallas or where it was going. Like I said, the lady I work with, she told us that her tornado sirens went off.
Scared of tornadoes.
So she told us, hey, look, the tornado sirens are going off. I'll be back. And just as she said that, as I was watching the news, they turned to, hey, reports coming from Dallas, tornado seen in the area. And I'm like, man, that must be where that lady lives at. But it wasn't. It was a little bit further away.
I'm scared of tornadoes.
She heard those sirens.
Tornadoes ain't gonna hurt you.
No, man, for real. Like, I'm really scared of tornadoes.
Like, and watching that news today, I don't know if it was one in Dallas or one on the border of Texas and Louisiana. They talking about some lady was found on the other street, a street from her crib, under some rubble from her house.
I'm good.
That's crazy, man. I'm like,
good,
oh,
man.
hell to the no.
I'm
like,
good on that.
Man,
that's
the scariest.
What's up, Felicia? Grapevine, Texas was bad, man.
Is that
what
it was?
For real, man.
Going
I'm
that
scared
way,
of tornadoes,
hit,
man.
I'm like, oh,
for real. Man. Like, on the cool, I have been in 2 situations, man. If you can relate, man, call in and talk to us. We tell y'all, share your experiences with us. But, man, I lived in Georgia, and at the time I lived there, I endured a tornado and an earthquake in 2 separate incidents.
I can't deal with earthquakes.
I can't front, man. I'm really scared of tornadoes.
I've only tornadoes when I was younger. When we lived in Louisiana, you could see them at a distance.
Oh no!
But it was far away. I just remember the bus driver. Like all of a sudden, we start going faster. We're in the back,
trying to go home,
but we didn't realize there's a tornado way the fuck over there.
Trying to go home, man.
The other time is in Pittsburgh, which is kind of rare because it's mountainous. I was coming home from work and bus is turning down my street and the trees start getting real crazy and shit. Man, it's windy as fuck out here. I get off the bus, man, and I lived I lived right across the street from this church, a fancy looking old type church. And when I got off the bus, all of a sudden my tires like back in the back, and I couldn't see the church. I'm like, and then my sister and my daughter come running out the door. Yo, there's supposed to be a tornado. I heard up and ran up the steps
down the street
and waited, and then we waited, and then there's a house next to the church, and then when it was all over, I come outside. Man, somebody's screen door was up in the light post and shit.
On that too,
and then the people across the street that lived next to the church, they come running out like, we were sitting there looking out because they had nice windows to see the city. So they said we were sitting there, and then we figured we heard something. We ducked down, and then when we looked up, and all that shit was fucked up that they could see. They could see trees tore up. There was people's clothes in our yard and shit. That's how close it was. But what it was is, there was a hillside here in front of my house. So the tornado was along that hillside. I just saw like an outer wall of it. That's why, I couldn't see the church. Because right after it was over, the church was right there. I'm like,
out of here.
Fuck, I said, that thing was right there. When you could see the path, it came, like coming down, and it rode along the edge. Because I lived up on the mountain looking down in the city of Pittsburgh. So it rode along that. It bounced from there to another little town. Some people said they were in their car, and it got all like gray, and their car like and dropped down and said, "Oh fuck that!" And it just kept bouncing down the little town and shit. And you can see destruction here, a little bit there, a little bit over there, a little bit over there, and then it took off there. I'm like, that's crazy. I lived in Washington State when Mount St. Helens went off. It was the night after, right, during my birthday that morning, on the 18th of May, 1980.
You know, it's my first memory of Mount St. Helens. This is my first and second memory of second. Hey man, when Mount St. Helens went off, I remember being like in 2nd grade or 3rd grade. I was a kid. And I remember walking across looking at my mom and dad's TV in the living room. There was like a mountain and a lot of smoke coming from it.
Like half of it gone.
And I was like, as a kid, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Okay, whatever that is. And just went on about my day.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was not until like around the early 2000s when I had a chance to visit the Seattle area, I realized that this mountain, the same
It's
mountain,
still right there.
it's not only still there,
Mm-hmm.
but if you lean your head all the way back as far as the neck will allow, you're looking at the top of the mountain go through the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
So follow me. You're 2 years old seeing this, and now you're in your 30s or
You don't
whatever,
think of the gravity of
and you're looking at the whole scope of it.
right.
And you're like, oh my God, this thing blew up.
Whole half of it would fuck it up. I used to love like in the summertime when when we lived in our little housing area. It would be hot as fuck. You'd always see Mount Rainier with all that snow on
That's
top.
right.
That
Mount
shit would be
Rainier
like,
right
man,
next
that-
to it, to
That
the
kind of
right.
make you cool off a little bit.
To the right of it.
You
Yeah.
know, so, but yeah, I remember it was
Yeah.
there. I felt the rumble. We felt the rumble. Everybody was waiting for it. We were all waiting for it.
Really? Y'all stayed there?
Well, I mean, it wasn't that close to us where it was going to hurt us. It was still, it would have had to been a serious. I mean, I was able to go outside and take like a baby jar, scoop some ash right off the ground, and have a
Oh,
little
thank
baby jar full of ash. That went all the way around the world. Fuck people's cars up and shit.
You kept that, put a label on it.
Good with that, man.
No, I had it. No, I have it somewhere.
Mountain.
I don't know if I still have it, but I remember having that shit.
eBay.
I lost a lot of shit in storage, so that's funny. But it was ash from Mount St. Helens. Cars had to be all cleared out because they was fucking there, sucking it into the thing. That was crazy. I'm like, man, that's that. Never really been in I've been in hurricanes,
Mhm.
Puerto Rico in a
We used to
year,
that.
and then earthquakes. I don't know if I've ever been in an earthquake. I know one time coming home. When I got home, my brother was, as soon as I got home, my brother had a bat and said, like, shh, be quiet. I think somebody. So, but then after we didn't find anything, we watched the news and they said it was like a little bullshit earthquake that happened. My brother said, man, I could have sworn I heard doors opening. He said, that's why I grabbed my bat.
He had to rob the whole community.
Yeah. It's like, God damn. He got everybody.
Oh, man.
So, but like I said,
You were about somebody breaking your house since the earthquake.
right,
The
but I
whole
didn't
community
know
is
it was.
getting
I didn't know there was
robbed.
an earthquake because I was driving at the time, so I didn't know.
My
that.
God.
So my brother, we saw it on the news. So my brother, he felt it because he thought someone was in the crib and shit. He scared the shit out of me when he got home. And he opened the door all quietly with the bat in his hand. Shh,
Come on, man.
somebody's in the
Think
crib.
too, man.
I'm thinking, somebody's in the crib. Like,
Somebody's in the whole community.
everybody's right
The
there.
earthquake ain't right under my bed.
Right now,
You know
if
what I'm
we look at
saying?
everybody's house, everybody got a bat in their hand.
What's up, Danessa? What's happening, love? What's happening with you?
Lady D?
Hey, man, I was in an earthquake, man. And it happened to me when I was in college in West Georgia, man, in Carrollton, Georgia, to be exact. It was about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. And it sounded like the train that normally runs through our area was way closer. And I'm like, man, what the hell is this? And it wakes you up and you feel this rumbling. But I'm going to tell you what got me. Anyone that has ever been in an earthquake, they hear a roar. And the roar sounds like 1,000 lions just roaring at the same time.
That's
You know
the
what I
earth.
mean?
That's the
Yeah.
earth getting mad.
And it's
That's why
the
I'm cranking,
earth.
goddamn.
It's the plates rubbing
man,
against
that's
each other.
good.
Like it's not
Get off me.
it's not people making the sound. This is the earth.
This is the earth moving.
And
right?
you know what I mean? And the plates are rubbing, and it's physics. It's gonna present a vibration and a sound, and you're like, oh shit! Like the earth is shifting. It happened in Carrollton, man. You could hear it for like about 12 miles.
That's crazy.
I never experienced anything like that ever in my
I
life.
remember
man.
when I lived in Washington State, we used to have earthquake
Mhm.
drills and shit. I used to always question the teacher, like, why I got to get under my desk?
Good question.
Why
Same
would you
thing
want
when
me to get
nuclear
under
bomb
that?
go off.
What if the building collapses and drops on the?
Yeah.
You're
My
telling
desk
me
will
that
happen.
this desk is actually going to hold and not fall
Yeah,
on
get
top
on the
of me?
desk. Get in the
You know,
hallway.
like,
Cover your ears.
It's like they want you to get inside a door frame and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, it's gonna save you.
if the roof falls, this door frame is going to be falling too. But I guess they figured it might
That
it
shit
go
sweet.
around you and shit.
That
I'm like,
shit is sweet.
I was like, you know what? That don't make no damn sense. It's like, yeah, for nuclear, you want me to go underground and shit.
That
Stay
shit
there
sweet. Get
forever.
out the way.
It's like you want me to go underground and stay there forever. When can we go back up? Who's gonna be brave enough to
Live
take
in
fuck?
Texas.
You know.
ain't just dig in the ground.
I take my
live in
chance.
You got to dig in that red clay and shit,
Water everywhere.
right? Be like, just let me just sit here and see what
Real,
happens.
man. It's interesting when you've been in and there are people, man, that actually are used to those conditions. Like they're used to
That's
earthquakes.
yeah, I know
Like, in
California.
California, they're used to that,
That's
man.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah, they're used to it.
yeah, you be visiting, and all of a sudden you feel like and that roar, and they be sitting like, "Yo, what's up, man? Chill, it's just a little earthquake, man. Don't worry about it." You know, you're
Hey,
like,
so
fuck that.
Danessa says, like, I was in one in Vegas, no roar, a lot of shaking, thought I had a really strong drink at first. So when
Now,
that
she was
happened,
shaking.
man, you
Woo!
know what I mean? Like that's a good drink.
That's
I'd like
great.
to know, like, when that happened, man, like what was your experience like? Was this something new? Was it far from the epicenter? Like what was it like? Because for me, the first time I experienced an earthquake, I went into denial.
How far was that from where you were? It wasn't that far.
It was it was between 4 and 7 miles, the epicenter, away from where it actually went down. You know what I
4 and 7 miles.
mean? Yeah, about 4 7.
Oh, like that. Yeah, you were close. Of course, you're gonna hear that shit.
I guess so then, because I think it was in Alabama, but I live in Carrollton, which is not far from the state line. But
Okay.
I remember the epicenter being much further away from the line where we were.
Okay.
But I didn't know what it was, man. Like this is
Shit was
early
shaking and
2000s.
stuff?
Yeah, man, it was like
Yeah.
early 2000s. We'd
That's
never had nothing
crazy.
like that.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's the only thing I hate about my job. We leave during, you know, Felicia Hickman. I want to say something to that. I think that speaks volumes to something. I know this is going to be totally off topic, but we were just having that conversation. Like, you're a chef. God bless you. Proud of you, guys. She's a sheriff in the police force, man. And when things happen and your natural reaction is to run away from the problem, they have to run to the problem.
Right.
And that's why I said earlier, man, when we was watching the video, and Bobby, you care to join us on this. That's why when we was watching those earlier videos of what police have to endure, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
that's why I
Chasing
have
that
like a
dude. I
really
know.
exactly. I have a totally different appreciation.
Right.
I know the bad press they get, and I know some of the things they do that's really messed up.
Yeah, them dudes spend like
But
almost a
on the
whole hour
whole,
chasing somebody, and after that, they got to go right back to work.
on a whole, man,
Next.
on a whole, these people, man, they put their lives in situations that jeopardize their own safety to make sure the greater good is taken care of. And for that reason, if no other reason alone, I really, admire police.
Yeah.
Because after, when you saw the shot that killed Tyrone and now they're having marches about it and all that, man, you do realize that chick or dude that they, accused of this or whatever, they had to go back to work.
Right. Right. Right.
With that on their mind
Right.
still,
And hope
if
that,
it was there, you do realize they
and
had to go
hope
back
that
to
it don't
work.
happen again
No
an
day
hour
off.
from now.
You know what I mean? Like I really had a really bad day. I'm only 2 hours into my beat
All right. I just
out of
tried it.
12.
Right.
Oh yeah, there was another one where it was cops. It's like they just got on their shift and it was already in the pursuit.
Yeah, man.
You
that
figure
kind
it
of
was
stuff.
They didn't have
if
chance
you
to
had to
get
I got
coffee or
respect for
nothing.
I
them,
mean, if you
man.
had to use your gun, they probably, you take the rest of the night off.
Well,
in some cases,
Well, I don't know what the
Because they
particulars are. I don't know what the
because
particulars
they got to
are.
be investigated and shit. So they, why put you back on the street?
I don't know how often cops shoot at other people. I would hope to think it's not daily
Right. Right.
or even weekly.
Or even just had to wrestle with somebody and just fuck with them. Then you got to get up and go to work.
See again, I don't think that falls in the same category. I think when you shoot at someone, like they're gonna treat that differently.
Right.
But if
of
you
course.
had to apprehend someone and you had to wrestle with them and get them down and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, I think it's kind of like, all right, cool, you good, you got your breath, all right, get yourself together,
Not get
go
the
back to
paperwork
work.
done.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like gun,
Like that
shots
gunfire
just
we
went
just
off.
heard right now.
Someone has to respond to that.
Right. Right. They never do because I never hear no siren.
Whoever responds to that has to go back to work after they've taken care of that
Right,
problem.
Right. Right.
And I'm not saying all cops are good or bad. I'm just saying, man, have a different
We need
respect
them either
for
way.
them.
Regardless, we need.
Yeah.
It's a stressful.
Have a different respect for them, man.
It's a very stressful occupation.
Somebody's going off.
We had a bomb threat last week, and the box was about 300 feet away, but I couldn't leave. We had to hold people off. My kids were trying to pick me up and say, fuck my job. So these are like real situations that I know this ain't the topic for tonight, but this is what we talk about.
But
This is
this is
how
where
we
you got to
talk.
use this thing.
This is how we talk.
About.
Hey man, I'm pretty sure that the people that went to work that night and they are a part of the police force, I'm pretty sure that wasn't part of the plan.
Right. You don't think you're gonna be doing something like that?
I don't think that was part of the plan.
Right.
Yeah, I have a neighbor who's he's a sheriff, and some of the stories he shares with me was like, just I just got on the shift, doing my job, just everything seemed to be cool, and all of a sudden I got to deal with this asshole. I don't know if this asshole is on something, has a mental problem, or they got weapons. But I have even if I'm getting off work and I see shit and I'm called in, I have to deal with it.
Bobby, let's
Now,
play
I can
human
see-
being for a
I
minute.
can see in her case, they don't want that mass exodus of people. And what if this thing really is real and it goes off? These people are going to be closer to it, trying to get off work.
No problem.
What's your question?
No problem. You're a human being.
Yeah.
You have emotions.
Yes.
You have a real life that belongs to you.
Yeah. Outside of my job.
Do you have do you have challenges within your family? Whatever those challenges are, I don't care what they are. Do you have challenges within your family?
Yeah.
Do those challenges affect you?
Yes.
Okay. There are cops that have the same exact situation.
It still got to go to work.
And now we have to deal with this part.
To deal with motherfuckers that are having the same kind of
You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're having this
acting
kind
out
of
on it.
day.
Yeah,
No, we don't have to think about them. Talk about the cops.
Right,
They're having this kind of day. They're humans.
right. No, I'm saying they have to deal with people that are having the same time. Like Bobby said, they might have to go to his house because some bullshit is going on.
No
and
problem.
They got to go deal with that.
No problem.
After that, you got to go back to the next one.
But we're talking about, you know what I mean? Not have to deal with the next
Now the next
situation.
one. You might have a day where that's all you did.
I think
all
cops
day.
get a raw deal,
It's
man.
crazy.
I think what they do is really effed up. Some of the things they do, and I'm gonna tell you why and how. Like, you know this was wrong,
Right,
but you still standing behind your man.
right. That's why I said
That's kind of
your
messed
partner
up.
should be the one arresting you. Like, man, you just killed that.
But Los, their
They
point of
should've-
view. But their point of view is this: hey man, I feel you and I hear you,
Right,
but I'm out there on the front line with this dude every day.
right.
Who
right,
back am I have?
And nobody else is backing me up. Right,
Unless it's just blatant.
right.
Unless it's just blatant, like George Floyd, something like that. Unless it's just blatant.
Well, that's why I was saying, like, if you see somewhere the dude pulls out his gun and kills the dude, like, yo,
It's just blatant.
come on, man, that's fucked up. You can't. I'm not gonna be part of this. And
But you're
that's
my
a whole
boy.
Different. I was gonna say most of the time you're not gonna say shit. You're gonna be like,
Because you
hey,
do realize I'm
you
your
gonna-
brother. I'm gonna say
you
this
gonna
on
say
camera.
like, no, he
I
the
got
dude
you.
pulled out a gun or something.
I got you.
Hell
If,
yeah, you gonna
long
say
as, long as the consequences ain't too deep, I got
Right,
you. I'm
right,
with you. I'm
right,
riding
right,
with you.
right,
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think most cops kind of have that understanding
right.
with each other.
That's right.
And I got to respect that.
You have to, because you have to do it yourself.
Yeah, I
And if
gotta
you go
respect
against it, you got to be careful now.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
gotta
so
respect
but
that.
you might as well just roll with it. But yeah, that's when all like, you know what? Let's get into.
Oh, my bad, man. My bad.
I always forget.
We got
but,
people
you
that
know,
take care of us.
Some of
We
our
got to take care
sponsors
of
don't
you.
take care of you. So starting off with, again, as always, banging.
Banging.
Go ahead and check them out. It's a internet radio station here in Houston. I guess they're on every day, all the time. They got
All
a
the
bunch of.
time.
They got a calendar. They play our episodes on Sundays at 7 p.m.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you,
So make sure you check
Thank
them
you.
out. They got other podcasts. They got music all the time. So make sure y'all check them out. And, they look out for us. We're gonna look out for them again. Banging.
Absolutely.
www.banging832.com is right there. You can see.
Believe it.
And Banging 832 Digital. That's the podcast.
That's
channel.
where it's at, right
all
there.
right there. You,
They support us. We
come
support
check
you.
us out. So we gotta put a red X right there.
and
And then we got
angry.
Tamia's Touch a Care Massage Therapy. To get with life, get a massage.
Touch my body.
Boom. And that's www.tamiaanderson.com. Veteran owned, a black owned. Our own word petition tells you that, hey, she's the bomb. So make sure y'all go check it out. And plus, she's a physical trainer. So like I always say,
Thank you.
she'll
Thank
tighten
you,
you up
Tamia.
and
Thank
then she'll
you.
stretch you out. So
Thank
make sure
you,
y'all
Tamia,
check
for
it out.
everything you do
and
and
she
all.
does support us very much. So thank you so much. Make sure y'all go ahead and check her out. And then we got the Buy Black Marketplace here at the Shrine of Black Madonna
No doubt,
on
man.
5309 MLK Boulevard. They do a whole lot of things. This one is their first and third Saturday of the month from
Yes.
12 to 6.
Yes.
They're looking for vendors. You can go out there and buy things from local people. It's all black owned. If you are black owned and you have, or even if you just have art that you do, you want to sell, go out there and sell your art.
Absolutely,
There are
man.
a lot of people out there. They do a lot of
Absolutely.
things. You can get yoga classes, African history classes. You got Ellie's Essence.
Banging,
I wonder if that's
all the good stuff.
no, yeah, you get some food that might be
Yeah,
some
where my
authentic
wings at?
African, right? They on their way. So make sure y'all check them out. Again, it's the Buy Black Marketplace, Black Vendor Market Book and
Yeah.
Art Fair at the Shrine of the Black Madonna here in Houston.
Hey man,
Make sure
before we
y'all
go
check
to our
them out.
next support, I want to say this and keep that picture up if you can, brotherhood. Please
For
keep
the
that picture up.
Buy Black
Hey man,
Marketplace.
I want to give you your flowers while you're here.
Uh,
You do realize, man, we was trying to put this whole show together. We didn't know how we was gonna do everything, what venues was gonna get after. Shrine of Black Madonna to this day does not know
They have no
that
clue we
we
do this
are
for.
supporting them.
That's right. Unless somebody that
And that was
has
not
told
my
them.
idea.
No,
That was not Brotherhood's idea. That was I'm giving you your flowers.
whoever brought this card in, that's what gave me
You
the idea. I
put it
said, "Well,
forth.
this is pretty cool."
Hey man, thank you for being down for the cause, man. You know what I mean? Like, thank
Right.
you, brother Los.
No, I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
This is all you, like for real. That's how real
This is
you are
what
committed
we
to
want
this.
to do. You know, we want to
Exactly.
get into the community. That's
We
why I said I
want
want the
it
keys to the
ground
city.
roots.
Goddamn,
Exactly,
so I can hang it
man.
up right there.
Exactly, man. It ain't about money. You know what I mean? We're like, get it. It ain't about that.
You know?
Thank you, man. Thank you so much
Right.
for being on the side of the cause,
You
man.
know,
This
hey,
is
this is
all
what we
you.
do. This is what this
All
show's
you.
about. It's all about them,
Absolutely.
not us. So we're trying to help you as you help us. And then we got Puff Passett, CBD, and more.
Thank
on,
you. What's up, love?
4130 and a half Cavalcade here in Houston, Texas, 77026.
Treated us well.
Tanya Ashley, right? That's the owner.
Yes, thank you, Tanya. You
Another
treated us
black-owned
well.
business. If
Thank
you got any type of
Thank you.
ailments, she has stuff that takes care of 31 of them. 31 different ailments from CBD. This is not just, you can't get high off this shit. This is here to heal you.
Get you
And
well.
she has a lot of different products. You'll see there. If you watch the show, we did a show from there. And she has a lot of different things that can help you.
Love it.
This spot, you can rent out rooms that she got the lipstick room where if you cigar smoker or even if you just want to rent it out just to do it, have a little get together with your friends.
You know what I'm
You can
saying?
do that. She got a patio
It's
outside,
beautiful, man. I
big
love
ass
it.
TV and some
Love
heaters and everything.
I love it.
Go watch an episode of the Daily Smoke. out there.
Please.
You know,
On her patio. Let's
right on
do
her
it.
patio. So yeah, make sure
Let's
y'all check
do
that
it.
out. Again, that was Puff Passett, CBD and more. You can find them on Instagram at Puff Passett _CBD and more. Facebook, Puff Passett CBD and more. Twitter is at Puff Passett CBD, and her website is puffpassett20.wix.com/my site, and she's also on Yelp too.
Thank
So
you
make
so
sure
much,
y'all go
Tanya.
check her out. And again, that's at 4130 and a half Cavalcade here in Houston, Texas. So make sure y'all go check that
Thank
out.
you
And then,
so much.
and then of course, us.
Johnny.
That's right. We gotta
Yeah,
do
you got
that.
the jacket,
I gotta
yeah.
go off my head from that one. Next Tuesday, don't forget. Next Tuesday, we're going live.
Oh,
We're going live from what's the place? The Midtown Art Center.
Yeah, man.
Midtown Art Center at I forget.
It's
It's
Tuesday after next. Because next Monday is my birthday, so that's gonna be the 19th, 20th. It's gonna be after that.
It's the 27th, Tuesday the 27th.
Right, it's
So that's
Tuesday.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Right after Christmas. So
Right, bam.
yeah, the 27th, Tuesday. Here we go. I can
There
see
we
it now.
go.
It's from 6:30 to 9:30. This is also it's the Coogee Chagalea reunion event. If you've been with us for a while now, you know what this is. This is our Lady D's thing about wellness.
Thank you, Danessa.
She try to make you well from head to toe.
Yes.
So and this is also like she was a family reunion. They're going to be
Yes.
celebrating.
We will be there.
Celebrating and talking about the ups and downs and challenges of living
life.
in wellness. And
Life.
that's from 6:30 to 9:30. We're going to be doing a Taboo Tuesday show from 7 to 8. So if you happen to be there, you can be on the show, and we could also, we might mix in, whatever. Or that's Taboo Tuesday. So
Y'all got 2 weeks
Yeah.
advance notice.
Right,
So,
right.
like, you know what I mean? So, absolutely. Get your tickets. You got
Get
2
your tickets
weeks
at
advance
Eventbrite.
notice,
It's
man.
$30.
It's only $30.
But
You
if
can
you
spend
use
more
that
than that
promo
on drinks.
code,
You know what I'm
if you
saying?
use the promo code Taboo, you get a $5 discount.
Yeah, get $5. So, it'll be
So,
25.
we've
Come
been
out and
telling you now,
support.
it's 2 weeks now, so come on out there and check it out. It's
For
really
real.
nice spot. Plus, are they gonna get to eat this time too? Or is there gonna be some food?
I don't know. They'll figure it out. You know,
Usually they
that's for
feed
sure.
you. Usually they feed you there. If not, they'll just get some Popeyes.
You know, we're wild with that too. I'm down with that. I ain't tripping. Love
My
that
bad,
chicken
lady, because I know
Popeyes.
she don't like this shit at all.
For real, man. Get your tickets. Like, it's a good format. It's beautiful,
Mhm.
honest
Mhm.
dialogue.
Right.
No, we're not known by everybody in the city right now, but I guarantee you, everybody you need to know from the city gonna be there.
Right.
You ought to come and check us out for real.
Every event is like that. That seems like everybody
This is a
that
real
was there
function.
that
It's
day,
beautiful.
you were all supposed to be there that day. It's always
It's
been great.
beautiful.
So come check it out. Make sure y'all check that out. And then we got us. www.dailysmoke.com,
That's us.
THADailySmoke.com, where you can find out anything and everything you need about us, what upcoming episodes there are, who's on our staff, what we're all about, what we're trying to do here, all our sponsors, all of our sponsors, other than the ones we talk about on air, they're all right there. You got to do is
Absolutely.
click their little picture. It'll take you right to their website. So make sure y'all check that out. Don't forget, Stand for the Silent. Make sure y'all donate to that because that's a very important cause that we're trying to get to. And then if you want to, donate to us, of course, Cash App, $TD Smoke. And that, we use that to better everything so that we can bring you better content and make the show even more fun and entertaining for you because that's what we're about. It's all about you. So we need you to come here, get on the website, go see, let us know, comment, give critique, whatever you want to say, just say it. You don't have to be on the show. But okay, yeah, so we're gonna get your grub on $30. Taboo get you $5 off, so $25. You're gonna have a good time, and you're gonna get the grub on. So that's how they usually are. We always have a really nice time, and then we get to film. Plus, you get to be on one of our live shows if you're there, so you can actually comment with us, whatever you guys are talking
Absolutely.
about. So you get to be on that. So make sure you come out. We'd love to meet some of y'all that that we see you're writing, but we don't know who you are, or those that come here. We need to get them, see if we can get them out there so we can.
Absolutely.
We may have to have a little reunion ourselves.
Absolutely.
We can bring everybody in here and do that. So make sure y'all check that out. Everything we have. So what's up, man?
I'm chilling, man. What's happening?
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah, you ready to eat? What you ready to eat, man?
Whatever the fuck.
I think those chicken wings coming from. Yeah, no doubt.
Have to wait
I
till
don't think I got the rice, but I think I got the wings. Yeah, I think. I mean,
we should have said that. I should have started some rice.
No doubt.
Some rice ready.
I know, huh?
I may have to wait for it anyways. I have to just wait and make me some rice. At least a little pot.
Brother Los, I want to tell you this on camera, man, before we start talking all deep. Like, I think sometimes, man, and this may be a life lesson, I think sometimes we tend to value people that has the most physical or visible impact. And we don't really look at the brains behind the thinking that went into making the people that are as famous as they are, who they are. And I say that to say this. And there have been a lot of things for this platform that I think that both you and Brother Hood have brought to us that makes us invaluable. And, whether it's Brother Black Hands over there on, video, audio, or whether it's you saying, hey man, let's support these brothers and sisters out here off of MLK. And let's make that a part of our platform. Regardless whether we have money coming in or not, let's make that part of our platform. I think people like you all go very undervalued.
Yeah.
And I want to see
doing
on camera.
that boat thing on the 7th. We're gonna be out there.
I really mean this on camera.
Cool.
I think the both of you brothers are invaluable. Thank you for you being who you are, man.
Can't be nobody else.
Absolutely.
Oh no, thank you for
Absolutely.
encouraging me because I knew nothing about this shit.
None of us did, man.
We learned this shit on
A
None
year,
of us did.
a year late, going on a year
almost
later.
a year. Almost
Yeah.
actually it's been a little bit longer.
I'm actually able to put shit that I created on YouTube for everybody to see.
Amen, bro.
So
Yeah,
It's a vision.
that's to all of us.
Hands off to you, us
To
all.
all of them.
Like,
that watch
we've
and
met
support us.
Vanessa.
Yeah, right.
We've met Tiffany.
mhm.
From
We've
doing
met
this.
various vendors that we promote on our platform, whether we go all the way back to the days of, what are our sisters that make drink? Lifted Lemonade.
Lifted
Yes.
Lemonade.
Or my cousin Felicia,
Khalid with his smooth bully.
Smooth Bully, Caleb,
Mm-hmm.
Our number one fan, Miss Pierce.
Right
or Miss
back,
Pierce,
brother.
who's been with us
Brother.
since a brother that's no
Right.
longer working with us
They-
was with us. She's here because of him, but she's still stuck with us.
Right.
Hey man, I want y'all to know on camera, I'm really impressed by all of our commitment, and I am so humbled by you all. Thank you so much.
That's what we got to do.
It's a real blessing.
That's what we
I'm
do.
not going anywhere unless y'all want me to go anywhere.
You know what I'm saying?
We all we got.
Like, let's see how
It's
far
a
we can
real
go.
blessing, my
You know,
brother.
and that's where we need them. That's why
Exactly.
we want them to support us every way you can. Share our
Exactly.
content. Make sure you get people to subscribe. And like I said,
Exactly.
come on the show. And this is where you really get the experience. You come here, you'll watch every show after.
You know how people say, like your success is measured by the number of enemies you have.
Mhm.
Here's my only argument to that. Hey, man, the people that don't agree with us on this platform, that don't agree with us, if you approach any of them and ask them how they were treated on this platform as our guests,
Right.
they will have nothing bad to say.
They'd be
Because
lying if they did.
we value your human spirit
Mhm.
above anything
Right,
else.
right. Plus, I want to hear what you got to say because I might have never thought of that ever. So you may
Period.
just, I see now in a different light, like I see where you're coming from.
You know what I
So,
mean?
okay, or still full of shit. You talking out the side.
And
your
you may
neck,
be,
you know,
but you have
but
a
we're still not gonna
platform.
talk shit to you,
You know,
Yeah, but we
you have
want
a
you to be in.
platform. We'll
Yeah,
respect you.
right. That's what they don't understand. It's like that's what we talk about all the
We
time.
will
Like,
respect
what
you.
don't they get? This is really about you. We want you to come here. You're not gonna get this anywhere else. Ain't nobody else gonna
Exactly.
bring you on their show and let you talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Exactly.
So this is the only place you can get this. So everybody got an opinion. Everybody has something to say at some time.
Exactly.
So come here and let that out. Like we say, let that smoke out of your chest. Let that, just blow some smoke,
Exactly.
and get it off you. That's what we try to do. So please let people know.
That's why we're here, man.
Interact
For
with us
you
more. It's really for you. I mean, we ain't get no money for none of this shit.
at all.
We
We could use
you
it,
know.
but we don't
Right,
have
right.
it.
We do get some, so I'm not gonna cut out everybody because there are a lot of people out there that we like. I say much love for your support because you have donated. Matter of fact, we
Absolutely.
just got
Thank you
one
for
from
your
Queen Mother the
donations.
other day.
Did
So
she?
yeah, remember when she
Oh,
was here?
thank you, Queen
She gave
Mother.
us a
Thank you so much.
little donation like she always
Thank you
does.
so
So,
much.
but she really believes in us. So hey, and y'all need to go check out her show on YouTube. It's Evelyn Jewel Pierce.
Queen Mother got her own
And
show
it's,
now?
yeah, she's been
Oh,
doing it, and then
Lord.
it's conversations with Mama E. So
Oh,
that should be coming
Lord.
soon. So I'm sure we got her hooked up, so she should be doing that. So make sure y'all go check that out.
Amen.
Right, Gospel Hour, Mama
Amen.
E.
Amen.
You
I don't subscribe to that personally. That style.
Mhm.
But in principle, amen.
Hey, she's reaching people
Whatever we can do to
herself.
help.
She's reaching
Whatever we
people
do to
herself.
help. That's how committed we are.
That's
Whatever
all.
we can do to help.
Right. I mean,
You ain't trying to hurt nobody. Whatever we can do to
you're
help.
trying to help people in any way you're trying to help people. That's what
Yeah,
we're trying.
man.
We're trying to help people out.
Yeah.
Like I say with the stand for the silent.
Yeah,
Black
man. That was a
Madonna,
good brother, man.
the bread of life.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
so-
She came and hung out with us.
That was
Oh,
nice.
that was so
yeah, if you
impressive.
didn't see that episode, you need to go back.
That
and see
was a
the
good
Hunter
impress-
Awareness episode. That was really
episode.
good. That was a nice episode. She's so dedicated to that, man. It's like Joan of Arc and shit. I'm gonna do this till I die.
But that just lets
I'm
us
gonna
know, like, hey, y'all, I know the topic tonight is, what we said was going to be earlier, street smarts, book smarts, but we're going to get there, I promise you. I promise you. Hey, man, we're in the company of people that we admire.
Sure enough. We almost got Nikki
Giovanni. I almost said it too. I almost said it too. But but it wasn't a joke. It was like a person that is with us that's really committed to the vision,
Right. And we may still
And we're
get her
coming
back,
into
so
it. I
we'll
think we're
see.
coming into the vision out on our own.
Right. So, stay tuned for, like I said, go to the website. You'll see what's coming up and what we're talking about, and you'll know. So,
He here, man.
and if you want something to talk
Get
about,
garage noises.
if you want something, our food is here. Number 21.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Thank you
you,
so
man.
much.
You have a good day, brother. Thank you. Yeah, man. So,
Now it's gonna start
Thank
smelling.
you.
I'm getting hungry now.
we're going to end this episode. We're done. Let's go and go to our topic. All right, fair enough. Let's go into it.
We good.
I'm hungry too. Hey, man. So, on the cool, one of the topics that I thought was important for us to talk about, man, is actually didn't come from me, came from someone else. Said, hey, man, why don't you talk about street smarts, book smarts, and common sense? And this person brought this up to me. This is God's truth, though. I have a reason to lie. This person brought this up to me about 3 days after I had a conversation with one of our brothers about what is common sense. And I didn't bring it up. They brought it up because they was having a conversation with someone else.
Right.
It was like, Ron, hey, man, I was having a conversation with so and such. And common sense, this is what common sense is. I was like, good point. And then, talking with other people throughout the week, they're like, hey, man, street smarts. intelligence or book smarts and common sense? Like, is there a difference? Like, how does that work? And I think we should have a conversation about it.
Right.
What do you think
I
about it,
mean, for
man?
me, like I say, for me, book smart means you went to school, you got educated, so you know. I always used to use my brother for an example. 'Cause my brother was book smart, but not mechanical smart or mechanical inclined because he can read well, but he couldn't tell you how to fix his own car and shit like that. I mean, he telling me, yo, man, the light told me to it said brake, but I know I don't have to brake. What's that mean? That means your brakes are going out, man. But he could read tell me all about how the car was built and shit like that. So that's some of the difference where I guess mechanical smarts is not, but not, I guess it's more mechanical inclined. But I use that as he was book smart. I'm more hands on. I was more street smart where like for me street smarts is not so much being tough or nothing, but when you're out there and about, you know what's going on, your environment, you understand how to get around certain situations that might pop up or not. Oh, you just know how the outside, how people out here work. I know I can go over there and buy some food stamps and shit. That's pretty smart. I know I can go. I got some boosters over here. They give me whatever I want. Shit like that. I know my band over here. I don't fuck with them because them mugs over there. They sell drugs, got guns and shit. So I know not to go over that way.
And what kind of smarts would that be?
That would be almost like street smarts. Like
Okay.
I know not to go over there, but that's also in a way common sense. Because it's like I
Okay.
know that them dudes over there ain't no good, and they see me walk by, they're gonna fuck with me. So that's also common sense too, and also street smarts. Or street smarts, you would know how to deal with them bugs. You would be able to walk up to them and give some dap and keep on going because they know you know what's going on. Where common sense, you just like, I ain't fucking with them. I'm running. Fuck that. That's how I see the difference in the three.
What about you, Bob?
I never saw the difference between street smarts and common sense. For me, it was the same thing. It's how can I explain this? With street smarts, yeah, you don't need to go to that area. You know it's gonna be fucking bad news if you go there. Common sense for me is
This is a call.
Oh, we have a call from Atlanta.
You're ringing?
Give me 1 second. No, it's a call. Yes, I'm ringing too. Can we take it?
I don't know because
Oh, okay, I'll take it. No problem.
see if you can take it. Oh,
Okay, I have the
409?
call.
You got it?
I'll take it, bro.
I can't hang up to you. Say what?
Okay, so we have someone calling
Got
in.
it?
Hello, this is Ron. How you? I'm sorry, Daily Smoking, Brother Ron and Brother Lowe's. How you doing?
Okay.
All right, and who are we speaking with?
Felicia,
Oh, hey,
VP,
up,
what's
Felicia?
happening? Talk to us, love. What's going on with you?
how are you? I'm calling in because it was too much type.
It was what? Because if you listen to us
It's like an 8-10 second delay.
it's a delay. So just go by what you hear out of your phone and not what's on the TV.
Yeah. And she had the common
Okay.
sense to call
I
it.
was calling in on the street smart, the book smart.
All right. Absolutely. All yours. Talk to us.
Okay, so basically, my thought on that is street smart will always prevail because it saves lives. Depending on what your job is, like I say, my job, you need all of it. You need common sense. You need street smart. I think every officer should have book smart because it's classes that teach us how to deal with people. So I really think that some jobs you need to have all three to do well. But in life general, I think that common sense and street smart is basically all you need.
Right.
Common
In my
sense.
opinion.
Common sense and street smarts. As long as you got those two, that's how I see it. If you got those two, you should be good.
And
You
how
know,
do
in
you
my line of work, book smart saved me. I have 3 different degrees. It saves me because it teaches me certain theories. It teaches me how to deal with people. So when I go on the streets and I'm dealing with people, I don't have an issue because I can relate. Either I can relate personally, I can relate to some type of theory or some type of scholarly article or something I've read that can help me see these people for who they are, so I can treat them, try to feel a little more human. But like I say, it works for a lot of us. But if I had to pick out of those three, I would say common sense and street smart all day long.
Yeah.
Felicia, let me ask you a question before we let you go. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
In your line of work, Is there a difference between street smarts? I'm gonna ask you again. In your line of work, not what we was taught and what we grew as we grew up, only what we learned as we grew up. I'm asking specifically regarding your line of work. Is there a difference between street smarts versus book smarts?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you can't function one without the other.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So book smart self as a police, it's not gonna get you nowhere.
You're gonna end up dead, aren't you?
Right.
I mean, when I tell you nowhere, I mean nowhere.
Right.
You have to have some level of education to me beyond police academy
Right.
to be a successful police officer.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
So I just don't think that you just that you can function as a police officer with just that's a lie. That's a lie. No, I'm right. I don't think you can function with just one or the other. If you had to pick, I would say common sense. Because common sense will get you out of anything. Because you have some people who have street smarts. So as a police officer, you have street smarts. Okay, you can maneuver, you can finesse, you can do this, that, and the other. But it don't necessarily mean anything if you have street smarts, but you're a monster. So street smarts not going. It might work in third ward, not to justify third ward, but you know what I'm saying. It may work someplace, but street smarts is not going to work everywhere. Book smarts is not going to work if you go to department. It might not work with certain people. But common sense is what's going to get you back out of your situation, back into your field.
Right.
Common sense is what's going to get you home.
Felicia, thank you so much for your call. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, sure.
Makes
Thank you.
absolute
Okay.
100%
Thank you for
perfect
calling
sense.
in.
Thank you for calling in. So much love.
No
Thank you so
problem, no
much.
problem. Y'all have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
Like what she said there about street smart, that in a sense, is street smart means you have to be able to deal with the environment you're in. Because a lot of times we think street smarts, we're thinking ghetto, we're thinking thugs and shit, but no, that's everywhere. You just got to know how to blend in with the streets you're in. But then, like she said, at the end of the day, common sense will save your ass. If you know what's up.
Hey, man.
But both kind of intertwine.
I'm finna tell y'all right here and now. I'm finna go very deep. Because there's a marriage between my experience, my lived experience, and what I have learned in life. But if you don't follow me, I'm going to go straight over your head. I'm going to be a waste of your time. But if you listen to me, what are instincts?
Gut feeling, that's something that you just, I guess that's like a common sense of it. You just know to do this. You know,
What is an instinct?
Just something that you know that you just do, a reaction that you know. That
I'm your
just
6-year-old grandchild. Grandpa, what is an instinct? What is an instinct?
An
Grandpa?
instinct is just something that you know that it just happens. It's like, you know that that's what you're supposed to do.
You just know.
That's part of that. You just know this is what you do. This, that's an instinct. You know in your head that I'm supposed to do this. Something like that.
Touch fire.
Yeah, right. I know that.
But I touched fire. What about my great grandkid? Why are they adverse to fire? I touched fire. I was born 150 years after they were, but they have an apprehension to fire.
Because that's just human.
Why is that just human?
Because we know that shit will kill you.
How do we know?
You just know from learning from watching
Don't shy back from
motherfuckers
the question.
getting burnt the fuck up.
I promise y'all. Don't shy back from the question. Just think it through. If you have not had a direct experience with something, how do you know how to behave in a situation related to that type of experience? How do you know?
The feeling you get, that's instinct.
Where does that feeling come from?
I guess I always like my gut feeling. I never go against my gut.
It's called instinct.
Yeah, I never go
But
against
what are instincts?
I don't know. Pull out the dictionary, Bobby. See what it says.
So before anybody want to call in and argue with Ron, I'm giving everybody on the planet a chance. I'm not attacking. I promise you I'm
it's
not
like
attacking.
a gut feeling. You just know.
I'm just trying to give everybody a chance to respond before I go on my tirade because I'm making a point
Right.
regarding street smarts. But I'm trying to have a conversation about it. Is everybody done? All right. You know what instinct is?
Yeah.
It's an accumulation of memories over time.
From what you see.
The reason you like something sweet versus sour is because if we're going to make it academic, our great ancestors 30, 40, 50, 70,000 years ago ate things that were sour and they usually died.
Right.
When we ate things that were sweet, we lived and we liked that taste. So we started to develop a taste and a preference for things that are sweet.
Right.
We start thinking that, oh, we automatically just landed here. We like things that are sweet. That's not how life works. I'm so sorry to bust your bubble.
Like, no,
Right?
we have to learn that.
Okay. So you had to learn it through a system of trial and error.
Right.
70,000 years ago, your great grandfather and grandmother times whatever, exponential point, learned that if they ate this, they died. If you don't eat that and you eat this, you live, right? And the things that you eat that are sweet help you live, right? So much that
You get
now,
diabetes and die.
70,000, 100,000 years later, there are people dying from diabetes that have eaten too much sweet stuff.
Right.
Because that's what we learn.
Instantly, though.
Come on, Lois, think it through, bro. So if it's sweet, you like it.
Right. So you're gonna eat it. You know.
So you're gonna eat it.
And we know that's good. And
We're not talking about the validity of diabetes.
Right.
We're talking about what you like.
No, but that's why there's diabetes, because we like sweet a lot.
Because the pancreas doesn't secrete, glycogen and all that kind of
We
stuff.
love fucking sweet. Boy.
Yes. But you're not gonna die from sour stuff.
Right. No.
Because you're naturally gonna want sweet things. If y'all follow me, just follow me. You're liking sweet things not because you came to the planet pre-hardwired to like sweet things.
Right.
You like sweet things because over a period of time, your species has been able to thrive off of consuming things that are sweet versus sour, and you keep going forward in time.
Right.
That's why you like it.
Or just in taste, because it tastes good. We know it does.
I don't have to be taught if I touch this fire, I'm going to get burned.
Right.
But we have learned to be adverse to fire over time because we've realized that's a threat.
Right.
So you learn that over time.
Right.
We're talking about instinct.
Because we've seen what it does to animals when we cook them. So that would do the same thing.
No doubt.
We know.
No doubt.
Don't fuck with that fire.
So if you understand that fire is a problem or a threat to you, then you learn over time and pass that information over time to your predecessors. That's how you survive. Now, I'm not up for arguing this with nobody that disagrees with this. If you believe anything otherwise than that and you believe the earth is flat, you're entitled to your opinion. I want to have a conversation with you.
So we were hardwired to do certain, like fire. It wasn't here when we were here. We had to learn this shit. We had to learn what it was, what it can do, and how it affects us.
But again,
as time went on, we learned.
But understand. But you said we're hardwired to not like fire. Understand.
No, I'm saying you said we didn't just come here already.
We didn't come here hardwired against fire.
If you're gonna say that, then well, wait a minute. If that's the case, we were already here before that, so we wouldn't be hardwired to that because we didn't know nothing about it to begin with.
Your logic is if fire wasn't here when we were here, and then fire came, then fire's something new. So we're not hardwired because we preceded fire.
No, they're the ones that hardwired us as time went on.
Okay.
Saying, we learned more and more.
Okay, so they had a bad experience with fire, or they cooked something with fire, and we learned to hold fire in a proper respect relative to our survival. Do I understand?
Right.
Okay. The people that understood the detriments of fire, that came to them, but the genetic coding kept going. So if I was born in Siberia, my chances of finding fire are very minimal. But if fire shows up, you don't have to question my reaction. I am only saying my reaction was already there because of the genetic information sent down.
Right, right.
That's what we call instinct, right? Okay. All right. I forgot my main point because we went off on these tangents.
Yeah, about 10 minutes to the game.
About what is instinct?
So what is, thank you, brother. So what is instinct? Instinct are a set of learned behaviors, thank you, brother, that was transferred down through, not if I had grandkids or great grandkids or great great grandkids. It became encoded in the species.
Same thing with the animals.
Same thing with
They
animals.
know when to go, what they have to do.
When you start looking at things like, hey man, street smarts, what are we talking about? You're not talking about someone that knows how to operate within a specific environment. And there are certain ways you should respond or not respond within an environment. Because when we talk about street smarts, that's really what we're saying. How did you not know how to do A instead of B?
Right, right,
That's really what we're saying.
right. That's when common sense needs to kick in.
When we're talking about common sense,
Yeah.
I would
That's what's
argue,
kick in.
common sense is really what we're talking about, instinct.
Right, right, right.
The whole reason I'm bringing this up, brother, the whole reason I'm bringing this up, the reason I'm trying to get to this point, is because there are ways of behaving in our environments that we were not directly taught, but we automatically know what would be the behavior
Right,
that would allow you to survive
right,
versus the behavior that would decrease your chances of survival.
right, right. We already know that. It's in
The reason I'm bringing this up is because look at how deeply slavery has been embedded into our being.
right. It was almost like you said.
That was my whole
That was
argument.
put into the genetic code.
That's my whole argument.
That makes a lot of sense then. To see
That-
how things are now.
When you have
within the
black people afraid of white people, or you have black people behaving in certain ways around white people,
Right, because they know the consequences.
because we understand the consequence
Right, right.
without even directly thinking about what we should do.
No.
We've already performed an action.
Right, you already know what to do and what not to do.
That's how deep it goes, man.
That's crazy.
That's how deep it goes.
And that was only 400 or 500 years.
It's the same kind of behavior as this, man. Let me show you how deeply it's encoded. When a tornado shows up, we have learned in time.
Get the fuck on.
Get the fuck away. No one has to teach you how to respond
No
when
one
a
would have
tornado
to,
shows
because
up.
You know.
You're
that's
operating off a
destruction.
base of information
Right.
as if this is common knowledge. How could you
Right.
not know this? This is how you
Yeah, I
survive.
don't see anybody would be looking at a tornado thinking, "Oh, what's that? Let me just go check that out." No,
What if
That
behavior
dictates
was
some
encoded the
motherfuckers.
same way?
it very well could be. Yeah, things like you said with the slaves. I mean, that wasn't as long as from the beginning of time. All that shit to be genetic. That's only been a few years for that to be
What if?
genetically encoded. That didn't take that long. You know,
What
so
if?
that's crazy.
What if the rules of attraction? You think attraction is something natural? I just told you how attraction works. What if attraction now is infiltrated by behavior modifications? Teach a certain people a certain standard of beauty for so long.
Right.
How will it play out?
Right. It would play out where everybody you would know right away when you see something. You know, whether you know. Other than knowing that, how would you know that that's pretty?
Just thought, bro.
And that's why some people can see certain things that a lot of people don't see a certain way. They see it that
That's
way.
why they
To
have
them,
no-
it's like,
Good for you. Life is really good for
it's like,
you.
hey, that looks good right
Good
there
for you.
to me. So,
Just thought.
but that's crazy, yeah. And I guess book smart. I get you
That's really what street smarts is.
pretty much.
That's really what it is at the
Instinct.
end of the day.
Kind of know common sense. Like I said, my gut. I don't go ever. I went against.
Nobody
it
taught
once.
you that, huh?
I went against it once, and that taught me never go against this motherfucker again.
Nobody ever
Ever,
taught you that.
You know, so nobody taught me that. You just get that feeling. It's like you just know, like, no, something ain't right here. But like you said, where does that come from? Why would I feel this way all of a sudden? Get that feeling in me when some
There's a
situation is
danger.
around me is like, wait a minute,
There's a danger.
Like, well, this is
There's a danger.
something's wrong here.
Like that. That's why. That's like I'm.
And it had to be learned because
It had to
you
be.
just couldn't come here and
You're
know that, oh,
responding
that
to a
tiger's going to eat
threat.
me. I've never seen that before. I don't know what the fuck that thing's going to do to me. But as time went on, oh, that thing will eat your ass. So,
Did we learn to be afraid of tigers
Hell
by
yeah.
accident?
no,
No.
we learned because we got ate up a lot.
Got ate up
you know,
enough where, like, hey man, there's just certain stimuli in the environment you need to respond to in a certain way to assure your survival.
right. Something's telling you don't know what it is.
That's what
telling
you're
you,
saying in street
get the hell
smart.
on.
That's
Right,
really what you're
right.
saying.
Pretty much.
Because street smarts for a brother or a sister in Compton are going to be very radically different street smarts from someone trying to make it right now in Kiev, Ukraine.
Oh, hell yeah. It's way different.
But the same threat is there.
Right. Way different. That'll be so different.
It's taught.
Right.
It is
It's already
taught.
ingrained in our DNA. From, like you said, millennium of learning. We've learned not to do this.
We
And
don't
now
understand
it's
it,
not
right?
it's not so much that we have to learn it, it's already there. And you don't even know it. You get that
It's
feeling.
there.
something's
It's in
wrong.
you. It's there.
You know
it's
that
there.
right away.
It's
like,
there.
Yeah,
It's there.
that's
But
crazy.
yeah, man, I know we got to tighten this subject up. But I don't think,
sure
man.
enough.
Yeah, sure enough, man. See, it's the simple things. Isn't it?
Right.
But yeah, thank
We
y'all
gotta
so
go.
much for hanging out and having conversations with us. It's stuff that you think about that you normally don't talk about. You know,
Right.
We're
So
glad to be getting
bring it
so.
here. And you think about, you want to talk about, you're more than welcome to bring it right here with us.
Absolutely.
Or chat with us. And Felicia, thank you so much for calling because that's what we want. We want you to interact with us.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you so
let us
much,
know what
Felicia.
you think.
Thank
'Cause, I
you.
mean, she made a lot of sense there, So,
Thank you. Thank you.
So hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to join us again Friday for TGIF. Oh, I thought he was talking to us and shit.
Oh,
Get
okay.
the director over there saying shit. So I'm like, what? Wait a minute. You went off script, man. You turned the teleprompter
Right.
off. Put it back up. Put it
I
back
have
up.
no idea, but okay, I'll let you guys.
Put it back up. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. Much love for your support.
Thank you so
Check
much,
us out,
man.
www.thedailysmoke.com. You'll
Thank
find
you.
out everything you need to know about us. And when you want to come on, like I said, you don't have to sit here. You can just come and sit and talk from the side. You don't even have to be on the camera. But if you do have something that you feel very opinionated about
Please do.
and you want to get it off your chest,
Come
bring it here.
yeah,
Let's
bro.
talk about it. Let's see what other people feel the same
We
way
wanna
about what
learn,
you want to
man.
talk. That's the whole thing. We want to learn. I want to know more about certain things. And like I said, I have opinions about a lot of different shit. But when I hear something different, that alters what I'm thinking because now you just do another piece of the puzzle. So it's now I'm seeing it.
Starting to make
I'm seeing
sense
it a little
of
bit more like, okay, now I see why some people would feel this way because I can see what they're looking at and why I feel this way. So yeah, make sure y'all bring that to us. But what's that?
Education.
Education,
You got to
that's
be
right.
educated, get your diplomas. So don't forget, join us Friday for
Absolutely.
TGIF, and then this Saturday another Black Hand, right?
Yep.
This Saturday
what's
there'll be
up.
another Black Hand.
Bring
We'll
it.
tell you more about that on Friday. I'm Brother Los.
I'm Brother Ron.
Brother Black Hand.
Brother Black Hand back there on the cam as always, and we thank you so much.
So
We're
much
out.
thank you.
Peace. Time to eat.
Yes.